What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here along with Buster. No care about today because she's actually traveling, so it's just going to be a review for me. Buster is actually just being bribed right now because he wants this treat. But if he's a good boy and does his review with me, he'll get this sweet, sweet bison flavored treat. Do you want this? High five. Good boy. Anyway, so episode 14 finally concludes the Battle of God saga in Dragon Ball Super, and there's actually a lot to talk about. Let me actually pull up my notepad to see what I want to cover. I wrote nothing down. Awesome. I guess I'll just do it off the top of the head. So the first thing I want to point out is I find it interesting that in this entire fight, it felt more like a video game, like the Dragon Ball Z games. And I say that because in the previous fights in Dragon Ball Z, almost every single time it was always a last-ditch effort to use a key attack. If you remember against, who was it? Who I want to talk about? It was Boo. Goku didn't want to use a Kamehameha because he knew if the attack wasn't strong enough, he would have ran out of ki much faster and then would have been left tired. Whereas in this fight, Goku, look at Buster, look at him, look at him. Goku basically kept using ki attacks every chance he got. Like, there were so many Kamehamehas thrown, I was confused if I was watching a Dragon Ball fight or watching a game. Now, that's not a bad thing, it spices it up, makes it more interesting, but it's kind of cool to see how much a character like Goku has grown over time. Hey, don't go away. Come here. You want this? You want this? Here, take this. There, go away. It's cool to see how much a character has grown since those days. So that's the first thing I want to point out. Now, the next thing I want to point out is it's kind of clear to say that Beerus was not using 100% of his power. He seemed to have basically said he was using 100% just so he encourages Goku, excuse me, to go to 100%. So that's what kind of seems like had happened in that fight. So definitely the power difference is still there, and I guess when we get into the Resurrection Frieza saga, when Goku achieves the next level of God with the blue hair, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, we'll see the big difference in power there. Now, something I want to point out that this episode also showed me was Goku definitely can't breathe in space, and the reason why I say this is because when he was underwater, he was running out of air. And I know this is a weird question. A lot of people keep asking, how does Goku keep fighting in space? My theory that lets me sleep easy at night just says that I think it's because they weren't actually fighting in space, they were fighting in the atmosphere. And even though the air is very, very thin, going back to the Dragon Ball days, it took Goku quite a bit of time to get used to training at high altitude. So when he was in Kami's Lookout, for example, he trained for, I believe, 3 years, was it? And during that 3-year time period, he probably got used to the thin air. And because of his experience fighting at such high altitudes throughout his entire life, fighting in the atmosphere of where it would be terrible for normal people, Goku was actually able to kind of get used to it. So that's probably why it works. Now, again, we can't confirm any of that yet. This is just my theories based on my observations. I don't think Saiyans can breathe in space at all, which is kind of debatable just because we saw it so many times in the past. But I still believe that even with the Planet Vegeta fight with Bardock, for example, I think the atmosphere was just bigger, which allowed them to go out further in space. But still, my theory is they can't breathe in space, and that it's just kind of a atmospheric battle type of thing. But what a conclusion! Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I actually am going to do a review. Burps. I got a lot of burps. I'm drinking my coffee. Better Buzz, the greatest coffee of all time. I'm going to be doing a review in the next couple of days, probably tomorrow, breaking down my overall review and thoughts of the movie versus the sagas, and I guess the anime. And I guess I want to ask you guys in this video, who here liked the movie better than the saga or than the anime? So, or vice versa. If you like the anime better, why? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, again, with me, I'm not going to reveal that yet. I will make a whole video about it, just kind of breaking down my overall thoughts. But I gotta say, that was incredible. That was a great conclusion to the fight. And it's also cool to see how the word limit does not exist in Goku's vocabulary. Like, even when he was out of power, twice, was it? Twice in a fight? Once? The entire spin of the fight. He was like at his limits. He kept breaking it more and more and more and more and more. That first time when he gets defeated in episode 14 and then comes back like, no, I'm not done yet. And Beerus is like, why won't you just give up? That is the definition of Goku's character. That's why we love Goku's character so much out of, most animes. It's because he does not understand the word limit. And even when he's at his limits, he breaks through it and figures out a way to dig deeper into his power and really give whoever he's fighting the hands. So that's really cool to see. So yeah. Anyway, so the next episode is going to be interesting. We saw Super Saiyan Hercule. I will also do a breakdown for that probably on Tuesday or something, or the next couple of days. But really, what I think is going to happen is, since the helicopter just showed up at the end of episode 14, they're probably going to turn to dramatization. So it's like, oh yeah, this is what happened. This is the whole fight dramatized. So you know, I'm Hercule. I saved the universe. So the Hercule causes a miracle thing is probably just going to be him most likely taking credit for Beerus showing up and then him defeating Beerus. So it's going to be a pretty interesting episode. I gotta say that. Usually I'm not a big fan of the filler episodes, even though this isn't filler. When I mean by filler, I'm talking about like the bonus stuff in between where it's really not doing anything. It's not really crucial to the story. I think episode 15 is going to be very enjoyable and entertaining just because of the fact that it's going to be told from the eyes of Hercule, and it's really interesting to see how they're going to do it. So I can't wait till next week to see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So what do you guys think about episode 14? Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like rating below, all that good stuff. And I guess I'll see you guys next week with episode 15, where we start the Resurrection F saga technically. Actually, it won't start for another couple of weeks. We're about to enter the phase where basically Whis invites people being Vegeta and Goku, to train with them, and then technically from there that'll be the start of Resurrection F saga. But really it starts next week with, you know, the Hercule stuff. It reminds me of going back to the first week of Dragon Ball Super where we had, you know, like Farmer Goku and stuff like that. That's what's happening next week. It's like the beginning, very, very lighthearted stage of, you know, just kind of entertaining, fun stuff. And then we're getting a time skip, I believe, in episode 17. So yeah, exciting stuff. So anyways, let me know your thoughts on episode 15, what you guys thought, and all the good stuff. Leave a like rating below if you enjoyed today's video. And big shout out to Buster, who just fell asleep after eating a snack. So yeah. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I'll see all you awesome Super Saiyans in the comment section below.